Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be going over all the changes I think need to happen with MK11. So let's get right into it.
Sub-Zero. The memories.
So I'm going to go quickly over every single issue I think the game has and how to fix it. First up, I'm going to go with pokes since it's an easy one to fix. So yeah, pretty much I think with poking it's pretty simple. Just make the pokes a little more minus on block. -4 is not minus enough because you can just spam it like this. And it's way too easy to spam it, especially for pokes that have really long range like this. This isn't a great example, but Johnny Cage has some really fast, good long range pokes, and they're just really annoying to deal with. So yeah, I just nerf all pokes to make them a little more minus. Pretty sure everyone knows that, but anyway, next up, jump-ins. I think jump-ins has a pretty easy fix. I think uppercuts universally should just get invincibility frames against all air attacks. I think this would be great for the game, as then there's a risk to jumping in instead of just being able to jump in all the time. Like with Kung Lao, he has a great jump in too. Like you can do cross-ups and stuff. So it's just way too strong right now. And on top of that, he has a dive kick so he can whiff punish easily. And it's just really annoying to deal with. So yeah. And I think something else that would make it more fun is just make uppercuts do a little less damage. Like make them do 120 damage. And then they can actually pop up if they hit the opponent high enough for everybody. Some characters like Kung Lao can do this already, but you have to have very specific timing, and you have to hit them at the very top. So just nerf the damage on uppercuts a little bit and make them much easier to combo after, even without a crushing blow. But make it so the opponents have to be airborne in order for it to combo. So maybe you could do like a jump kick and then into uppercut and you could combo from that. I think that'd make a lot more combos more interesting and stuff. And I think that'd be a really nice change. Next up, an issue that was supposed to be fixed in the last patch, Breakaways, but they still didn't fix it because for some characters they have good ones. Kung Lao's is decent, but if you delay the breakaway, you can pretty much beat it. Because the follow-up amplify can not break armor. So if they break after you do the dive kick, the amplify will still come out, but it won't crush and blow. So that's pretty annoying. Like, if I can show you what I mean. Let's set them to delay breakaway, and yeah, look at this. Yeah, see, it doesn't come out if you time it right. It's pretty hard to time. Yeah, but that can happen pretty often in a match, and it's really annoying because they can pretty much negate it. And it's hard to like delay the dive kick long enough to actually break the armor. So armor breakers definitely need more time to be, you know, done well. And some characters have straight up useless ones. Sonya is straight up useless. There's no point to ever using it. Johnny's is almost useless. Like Johnny's should relaunch the flippy kick. And I think for armor breakers, I think they should have made it so every single armor breaker relaunches. It doesn't matter if it costs meter or not, they should relaunch. Because even the crush and blow ones, like if I land the crush and blow one already for Kung Lao, then the opponent has pretty much no reason not to break away anymore. So then that pretty much destroys the mind game right there. So yeah, I think they need to make some changes to Breakaway. Buff all the characters who have crappy ones. And I doubt they're gonna go into this much work, but if they want to, every Breakaway or armor breaker should combo on an armor break. That's just my opinion. They're probably not gonna do it. Next issue, Fatal Blows. I think Fatal Blows in this game are far too strong. Most start up very fast and go very far. All of them have armor that starts up in just 8 frames. So unless you jab like right before they do it, it's not gonna get interrupted, which I think is dumb. Yeah, and they just do too much damage as well. Like 33% for an almost instant armor move that can go full screen for some characters is just ridiculous. And it really like enforces a noob game plan. Like even pros just do it in the neutral out of nowhere. And I think they should just remove the armor from Fatal Blows. I think this would fix a lot of the issues. This would make it so spamming Fatal Blow isn't as viable. And on top of that, I think that if you use it, Fatal Blow should completely go away for the rest of the round. You'll get it back the next round. But if you just do it out of the open, you don't get an extra chance the same round. So yeah, I think those changes alone would make it better. I don't think they should nerf the damage. I think just taking away the ability to spam it, like whenever you want, and easily getting a 30% from it is just too strong. So I just nerf that. Next up, so one over Breakaways, armor breakers. What is he gonna talk about next? Sorry guys, I don't have a script for this video. Yeah, jump-ins, pokes, breakaway, fatal blows. There's some big issues with the game. Throws, that's another big one. Throws are a little too strong in this game. I think they should not be a true mid in some instances, because sometimes you'll get grabbed out of a low poke. Let me see if I can. Versatile tech throw, versatile mode on. The heck? Oh. Alright. Like, look, this is plus, and if I time it just wrong, you can see that I will get grabbed out of it. So for something that's not super plus, you can easily, like, if you can see I'm spamming down 3 and I get grabbed out of it. The throw should be a high, just like any other high behaves. And I think it's ridiculous that it isn't. That's just kind of dumb. The damage on it, maybe it should get nerfed. I'm not sure. For now, I just change it so that this, that low pokes beat the throw. And then nerf low pokes so it's not as spammable. Make them 1- block. Because if they don't, and the throws are nerfs, then low pokes are just gonna become stupidly OP. Yeah. And throw crushing blows should do less damage. What is it? How much damage should they do? 31% is just pretty absurd for a 50-50. And if you guess wrong, you just have to guess again. For Kung Lao, it's not as bad because only the back throw has a crushing blow. But for characters like Liu Kang, it's just a straight up 50-50. Like if they get a throw and you guess wrong, you're screwed. You're gonna eat 30%. So definitely nerf the damage. Make it at most 28%. 28% is a good start, I think. It's still a lot of damage. Like 28% is about like this damage. Oops. 20% is about like this damage. Yeah, that's still good damage for one button press. I think that's a good starting point. And then we'll see where it goes from there. Next issue with the game, wake ups. There are far too many wake up options in this game. And they're all pretty strong. You can do wake up 3, which is fully invincible. And some of them have crazy range too. Like Fujin's, you cannot just backdash and then whiff punish. You have to jump over it. But then he also has the up 2, which will be jump-ins. But then you also have roll, which you can use for just one defensive bar to easily get a full combo on your opponent or crushing blow or whatever for many characters. And then you can also delay wake up for a varied amount of time. Like you have up 3, Kunlaz is pretty good. They nerfed the damage, but still, it's actually good anti-air and you can combo from it sometimes. So really strong. Up 2, you can combo from. It doesn't, the scaling on this is pretty crazy, but still, nonetheless, it's pretty insane that you can get a combo from it. Yeah, it doesn't do much damage, so I don't think it's that good. And these both cost 2 bars, so I think these wake ups are pretty fine. But the issue I have is the roll. It's just far too strong. Like being able to just punish your opponent this easily like this is just stupid. I think it shouldn't be allowed. And so, because I know NRS doesn't want to take away features like this, because they put all the work into it and stuff like that, but I think that every character in the game, universally, should get a throw crushing blow, where if they catch the opponent rolling with a throw, it gives them a crushing blow. So for example, like Kun Lao, I think his forward throw should crushing blow if he catches you while they're rolling. Now some characters already have this with like command grabs, but I don't believe any character has it with an actual normal throw. I think this would be amazing because it would build in a mind game and make people scared to roll, because 14% is not really enough to scare someone into not rolling. So I think it would be a really powerful option to beat it out. Yeah. And I also think that there should be a little bit of a longer getting up animation for when you normally get up, because you can hit almost instantly out of this, and it makes it really difficult to meaty in this game when you knock someone down. That's why actually knocking someone down is not very advantageous in this game, which makes no sense. In most fighting games, knocking someone down is huge. You get to pressure them afterwards. In this game, if they have meter, not so much. And it's, even if they don't have meter, they can delay wake up, and you get up super fast in this game and can like immediately poke out. So yeah, that's really strong. They need to nerf roll, and they need to make it so they get up just like probably 2 flames. They need to make like the animation for getting up like a frame or 2 longer, just a little bit. And I think that would totally fix it. Alright, next up, I think this is the last thing on my list for changes. Alright, so anyway, the next issue I have with this game is crushing blows. Some crushing blows are fine, but I believe some crushing blows are just too easy to get and reward you too much with like not much effort on your end. So crushing blows like this are ones that, like Garrus, ones that are easy counter hits with fast startup, good range, on top of doing just like over 30%, and they have no chance to break away because it doesn't combo or anything. Those are just far too strong. They need to nerf the damage. And I think more crushing blows should allow for pop-ups. I think this would be a really nice change because it would allow for more crazy combos. Like Fujin's 1-1 up 4 should definitely combo. It looks so weird that it doesn't, and it looks like it should combo, but it just doesn't, and that doesn't make sense to me. On top of that, some crushing blows are useless, so you need some balancing there. But yeah, and I think some of the requirements should be more interesting than just counter hits. So yeah, in all, just make crushing blows, make more of them combo crushing blows, and then nerf the damage a little bit. Nerf throw crushing blows overall, and yeah, I think that'd be great for the game. Alright, next thing, I think this is the final thing, and it's just to buff everyone that isn't S tier. I've seen some people say this, and I've seen some people on like the Reddit and stuff say that they get pretty bored with this game pretty easily. I think a big problem with that is that some characters in this game just don't have a lot of tools, or just don't have like fun tools. For example, Kun Lao, his whole game plan is just to stagger the orbiting hat, which can get pretty stale after a while. And you only use like this string, this, and this pretty much. You only use this string for punishing really because it's only +1 and it has 3 very slow deckable highs. So yeah, I think they should just buff everyone that isn't like super strong already. Like Jackie they should leave alone. Jackie might even need like a small nerf or something. But just buff every other character. Trust me, it'd make the game a lot more fun. I hate what they did with Johnny Cage. They nerfed his plus frames, and now it's only like +1 on most of his strings, which is ridiculous. Because they're already high attacked, and now it just resets to neutral, so you're taking the risk for no reason. I think that's just a horrible change, and I think they should revert that. On top of that, yeah, just buff everyone. Like this string, every character in the game, if they're duck blocking, should get hit by this string. And on top of it, I think this string should 100% be like +3 or something, because +1 is not nearly enough to enforce pressure. And on top of that, Kun Lao is a great example because he also has a bunch of useless strings. Like this string, back 3, 2, 1. You can actually jump the last hit of this string. And this string is like -4, I think. Yeah, -4. So you're taking that huge risk for no reason. And the second input of the string is -7 anyway, so it's already safe with decent pushback. So there's literally no reason to finish the string really. So yeah, this should definitely be like plus, because the huge risk you take. Like, let's see if I can set this up and show you. So I'm gonna control player 2, Sub-Zero. Kinda suck at it. Wait, can you do that? Maybe they changed it. That's weird. Huh. Okay, I guess you can't jump it. I could have sworn I saw someone jump it. Maybe only certain characters can, like Kun Lao. Just like Kun Lao can jump the ice thing. Anyway, the string can still be flawless blocked and interrupted. I know that for a fact. So I think this should be like plus. Like +2, nothing too insane. Yeah. And then I think the second hit of this should be an overhead. Because then you can have the mind game of doing this into low, like this. And then you'd have some mix-up options to make them a little more fun. This should definitely be plus. Look how slow. It's a 25 frame high attack as the last hit. And it's -6. -6. That's like crazy. This should 100% be plus. Like plus freaking 4 or 5 easily. For how much risk they're taking, it's just ridiculous. If they're willing to go for it, Ordnance Hat could be +2. As long as they slow it down a little bit so that the poke into Ordnance Hat isn't as strong. So you can't just get this guaranteed and they can interrupt it. And then make it like +2 or something. This would just give him a lot more pressure options and make him a lot more fun to play. And no, I'm not just wanting to buff Lao crazily because he's my main. On top of this, this should be safe, just saying. But I'm saying do this for every character almost. Besides like Jackie or something. Make every character more fun to play. Like buff their tools. And then if you want to compensate for it, just like nerf the damage of crushing blows overall. So that you get less crazy damage from crushing blows, but more characters have better tools. Like in the neutral overall without crushing blows. Yeah. I'm just using Kun Lao as an example for now because I know most about him and I know what would be changed to make him more fun to play. But definitely they should take a look at every character and make changes to make them better and more fun to play and stuff like that. And make them more interesting overall. I think that would be great change. And I think that overall, that would just make it a much more fun game. I mean, you can have a footsie-based game and still have very fun and strong characters. It has been done before. So yeah, just do that. Just buff every character and then the game will be much more fun. You can still have it be footsie-based if you want it to, even though this game is hardly footsies-based, to be honest, because it has so many screw neutral moves like dive kick, slide, all that stuff. But still. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today, guys. Share this with NetherRealm and stuff on Twitter and stuff. Because I think a lot of these changes would make the game much better, way more fun. I don't think these changes would... I don't think buffing every character, they should buff it to like MKX level style. But I still think that every character should get more tools, mostly. And yeah, that's all guys. See ya.